Hi guys, this is Utahime and we're at Anime Expo 2022 and I am standing with one of my favorite cosplayers. Can you please, for the people who do not know the legend, the man, the myth, the legend, can you please introduce yourself for everybody who's watching?
Hello everyone, I go by Jihatsu. Been cosplaying for 11 years now, and I'm so glad to be at Anime Expo 2022.
I know, oh my gosh. It's bustling over here. It's been so exciting. How have you been enjoying it so far?
Loving it. It's a lot cooler this year. Definitely packed. I figure with how the world's going, that is to be expected. So good to see everyone that is into the same things that I'm into, and so many cool cosplays.
Oh yeah, and including this, oh my gosh. Who are you cosplaying for those who don't know, but you should know?
I'm cosplaying. He goes by King. He's a new character in One Piece. He is literally the first dark skin I've seen in the series. So when I first saw him, I had to jump right on it.
Oh yeah.
So the aesthetic, the wings, I was like, yep, I have to do it.
It's beautifully done, so well made. So I know that some of us are very familiar, like myself, of just your journey, but we always love a good origin story. Like, how did it all begin? How did you create the Jihatsu brand?
Sure. So my first con was called Anime Iowa. That's where I was based at in Iowa. We only have one con a year. I loved anime since I was 5. It was forced upon me from my dad to after school go watch anime. So I didn't know about conventions until I was 17. But yeah, Anime Iowa hosted it. So I went, saw all the cool people cosplaying. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna jump right into it yet, but I was a videographer at first, doing taking videos of the cosplayers and then doing interviews. It was in around 2011 that my one friend Allison pushed me to do it, and I was like, you know what, great, I'll jump in. I love all these characters. I want to represent them. So, Anime Iowa 2011 is when I cosplayed. I was Kakashi from Naruto.
Nice.
That was my very first cosplay, and then ever since then, it's been other throwbacks like Dragon Ball Z, like Bardock. I did. What else I did? I did Bardock. I did Avdol from JoJo. I did also for my throwback cosplays. Avdol from JoJo. Food Wars. Yukihina.
Yes, Food Wars.
Spice Boy. So then since on, that's how it started, and yeah, the origin.
Amazing. So obviously you've been doing this for a little while now. Is there a certain memory or proudest moment during your cosplay journey? Something that stands out?
Yeah, I have one. It was actually here, Anime Expo 2017. I cosplayed my Sephiroth cosplay, but I did the dreadlocks for him.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
The positive feedback was really good because it wasn't really done before around that time.
Yeah.
So it was I loved it. Everyone loved it too. And then ever since then, I started doing my own hairstyles for other characters as well. And so I think it was the staple of my other side where I was doing cosplay your way, make the character be more of yourself versus you have to force yourself to be them. You shouldn't have to alter your body, your face, Photoshop things that you shouldn't have to do that. You are still the character when you wear the costume. So
I think that's beautiful because I think a lot of people are often intimidated, and that's why it's beautiful that you're a cosplay senpai, because I know that you're all about inclusiveness and letting people know that you can cosplay whatever you want and if you do it respectfully. So I love that. Now we know that you are a master poser. You pose the house down. When it comes to your photo shoots, they're phenomenal. What goes into that process as far as just taking on that character? How do you get in that zone?
It takes a minute. I have to warm at least 30 minutes. I'll do a couple of poses. It's the smolder, and it always takes me it's 50-50. It can be good or bad.
It's the blue steel.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. So I have to work on that. My photographer is my brother normally. I edit my photos. So he has patience, and so we can shoot probably a good 2 hours. 30 minutes is warming up. The other half is either the right location, and then us just basically getting the pose done for the characters. So that's how it goes for me. About 2.5 hours for our shoots. We'll probably take 80 photos. I'll probably accept 10 of them out of the 80. That's how it is for most cosplayers. Hey, at least these 10 are good. The other ones are meh because we were trying out. So yeah.
For sure. Yep. Now, obviously the pandemic affected us a lot. Like, you know, it really affected everyone. And I want to know how you stay creative, because, you know, it could be really difficult. You know, it's still going on, so we're still being cautious, but it's changed, especially for cosplay, a lot. So can you kind of talk about that process of how you kind of adapted and, you know, maybe still doing so?
It was hard for me too. I did a giant move during the pandemic, so it wasn't like I could jump right into cosplay after I moved from Iowa to Texas now. Right when I had done everything, you know, there was all these shows coming out like Jihatsu Kaisen, Bleach came out. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use that motivation, because like with these new series coming out, I want to like have some characters ready when they, you know, show out. So I did like Renji, I did it for 20 days of black cosplay. You know, I had like little things that were going on through the month to be like, you know what, let me get this cosplay done for this, you know, thing going on for the month now. So that's what pushed me personally. I understand, like, you know, if you're not going to a con, like, what's the point? But if you're like, hey, if it's a hobby for you, you're not doing it for the convention. You're just doing it because, like, you know, you love doing this. And so, like, that's been my drive when I cosplay.
Yeah.
So, you know.
I think also too. I mean, it seemed like you still were pretty busy, and you were doing a lot of creating and making different costumes. You know, now, you know, a lot of energy is put into that, especially, like, I know you've been a guest at many different conventions. So how does one, you know, especially as a content creator like yourself, kind of avoid a little bit of that burnout, you know, that could possibly happen? How do you stay motivated?
Again, for how I do it, like, it's more of like, since it's a hobby for me, I don't feel like it's work, so I don't get burnout because of that reason. Like, I know certain people who like make cosplays like at least 2 times a month, once a month. It takes me a minute. Because I like to make sure I add my like own little details with my characters. So it could take me like 3 months to 6 months, and I'm like, you know, I'm fine with that, because I'm sticking to that one character. And then when I represent them, you know, you get to find stuff. Like this character took 3 months. I could have knocked him out in a week, but, you know, I wanted to make sure, like, I added like these little like appliques here. You know, that's not on the character in the design in the show. These little certain buttons weren't on here as well. I have this button here as well on my collar, the little eagle symbol. So, you know, I like to do these like small things, and they may take a little bit longer.
Yeah.
But, you know, since it's my hobby and since I'm like adding my own art to it, that's how I don't get burnt out.
That's awesome, and really good advice for anybody who might be experiencing that. Now, obviously, you know, you have, I'm sure, you already named a bunch of different characters from a ton of different anime. Are there other fandoms or like specific animes that really had an impact on you? Obviously, like you said, at an early age, your dad got you into anime. So which ones really influenced you on your journey?
So right after this convention, I have a few actually that I'm going to be tackling. Yu Hakusho. I plan to cosplay Kuwabara. I want to yo Urameshi a lot, so like that's kind of my favorite character. Yu-Gi-Oh! Seto Kaiba is also on the roster, and Ranma and a half. So you know, those are like the animes that got me into cosplaying. So I haven't cosplayed them yet, and so like right after Anime Expo, I want to definitely tackle them. But that definitely impacted my childhood, and I want to represent them. So
I almost feel like we're the same in that aspect, as far as like the ones that influence us the most. We may not cosplay like because we're gonna put so much detail into it because we love it so much. Is that kind of the situation?
Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah. Like Kuwabara's been worked on. I just haven't posted anything about him, so I'm just waiting to like debut him.
For sure. Yeah. I'm so excited for that. Now, we're gonna try to wrap it up a little bit, but I want to know if you could give any advice to your younger self. What would you give young Jihatsu?
From all the skills that I know of, I would say don't be afraid to try new things. I started sewing maybe 2 years ago within the 10 years of cosplaying, and it was just because I was intimidated. I just was so scared to touch the sewing machine because I have really shaky hands, so nothing would ever really come out straight. But then thanks to Holly teaching me like how to like do certain techniques, I'm sewing now. And so past me, if I wish I could tell him, hey, don't be scared to do this and just try it regardless, you know, I would have probably been a lot more farther in my past cosplaying than where I'm at now. So
that's awesome. Yeah, I think that's always, it's sometimes just taking that first leap. Yeah, that's amazing. Now we're going to end on the most important part of our interview. I like to call it the lightning round. You can give detail to your answers, if you need to explain why you gave that answer. But these are the hard-hitting questions I'm sure our audience really wants to know. Are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Sub or dub?
It depends. Some animes are really great with sub. Like dub, I cannot watch Yu Hakusho sub. Just like Dragon Ball Z, can't watch it sub. But then there's series that I have to watch in Japanese, like, let me give an example, like One Piece. No hate on the Funimation dub. It just, the sub hit me harder in certain like emotional feels. There's also Mushoku Tensei. I love the sub for that one. The dub's actually not bad, but there's like certain emotional parts where like Ritos is crying, and like when you like compare the two, I'm feeling so much more bad in the sub than the dub. So like I don't know, like it depends on how it hits, but I'm more of a sub guy. So yeah.
All right, that was a good answer. Now we're going on to another important one. I need you to let us know who your waifu or husbando is. We need to know the main.
The main one?
Yes.
We're talking like animated, like anyone or
anybody?
Anybody? Dang, I'm about to say Nico Robin from One Piece. I say that real quick.
Ah, yeah.
That's my wife. I have a tier list. She's already up on the top one for it. Yeah.
Did Holly already do that?
My tier list?
Did Holly already do it?
Oh, she's planning to do it.
Yes.
Yeah, she's planning to do it. She's planning to do it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited. All right, we got to go to best anime intro.
Ooh, man. Recently, I've been listening to a lot of Black Clover opening. That's my favorite one. Yeah, the first, I want to say opening 6. Yeah, opening 6 from Black Clover. I don't remember the name of it right now, but like that's been on repeat lately. Yeah.
Okay, and we're gonna end on probably the most controversial of the questions. What anime do you feel is overrated?
Naruto.
Oh,
I love Naruto, but goodness gracious, there's so much like Hotsuki designs for clothing on everything. Let it die. Like, give us something else from Naruto that's representing the series. But like, that's everyone's favorite series, and I love it. I rewatched it, but I was just like, it's not really hitting like it hit during high school for me. So I'm like, but everyone loves it right now. So that's my, I said that so quick. Naruto, I've been on my
quick.
I've been on my rant about it. I'm just like, look, no hate, I love Naruto. It's just, it's overrated now to me because I feel like every new anime watcher probably jumps to Naruto, and I'm like, that's fine, but it is not the best anime out there. Like, touch some grass. Go to some other anime series that go past 200 episodes or 20. Break your comfort zone. You will see some other animes out there. Like Case Close is good. I know it's 1,000 episodes, but it's great. Gintama, Black Clover slept on.
It is. It really is.
Yeah. So I mean, you watched it. You enjoyed it.
Yeah. No, it's really good.
People can get past because Asa yells, but I'm like, when you get past that, it is great. The storyline, characters, yes. So.
Perfect. I love how quickly there was no hesitation. Yeah. I love that. So much respect for that. Yeah. So let everybody know where they can find you and show you lots of love.
I go by Jihatsu. That's Jihatsu. Literally the first one that probably pops up on everything. On Twitter, there's an _KUN Kun. But literally if you type in Jihatsu, it's more likely me gonna pop up. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Yeah. Twitch, Jihatsu. Or there's 2 U's on Twitch for Jihatsu, but yeah.
Right on. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to chat with us. And I'm Utahime. I'm here with The Geek Life. We got more amazing interviews with some amazing creators and artists coming your way. So here at Anime Expo 2022, stay tuned.